Welcome back. My name is Kim Mazzella, and this is Practical Manifesting for Busy Women. I've created this podcast for women who have lots going on, yet still want to remain conscious creators rather than reactors to life's experiences. So there is a lot going on politically, and I'm not going to talk politics, but I am going to talk about this. We hear about the divisiveness in the world and how everybody's so angry at each other and everyone's so upset. And if you're listening to this today, you have an opportunity to impact your life and the life of all of those around you. The world is desperate for light workers. We need to be light workers. And what does this have to do with manifestation? We say we want our lives to be peaceful, but I teach none of us are seeking peace. We're not. We're not seeking peace because if we were, it would sell. It does not. Peace does not sell. No one's interested in it. If you read A Course in Miracles, it talks about this all the time. It says the number one obstacle to peace, the first obstacle to peace is our desire to get rid of it. None of us are searching for this, but it is in our quest to find peace that we will heal the world. And it starts with us. We must be the ones to start it. And this is really hard to hear, but if you're talking about other people and complaining about them, I don't care if they're your boss. I don't care. They deserve it. But when we focus on other people and find their faults and find their problems and complain about what they've done, we're part of the problem, not the solution. And A Course in Miracles teaches that the way out is to recognize that we're all connected. Now, that doesn't mean there's all good people in the world, because there aren't. That doesn't mean that we have to invite everyone in the world into our house, because we don't. But when someone bothers you, when someone annoys you, instead of complaining about that person, gossiping about that person, or being annoyed about that person, your job is to offer them light by deciding to try to see the light in them that may be blocked by so much. And what does this have to do with manifesting? Why do I care about this? I want to be a conscious creator of my own life. This is why, because you're constantly manifesting, and everybody that you hold something against, everyone that you haven't forgiven is still in your energy field, whether it's a politician or your ex-spouse. That person is still in your energy field, and what you hold onto becomes your world. So if you want your world to be fun, everyone that you hold something against is blocking your ability to attract what you want. Every time you judge someone, you feel worse. Every time you complain about someone, you feel worse. I'm telling you, I know so many people, especially in my own family, who will be like, everybody on the road's an idiot. And I'll say, well, you're on the road. And if you're noticing that they're an idiot, it is your judgment of that about them that's going to continue to attract them. Instead, think of them as, I hope you're lifted up in light. And start to think about the other drivers around you and say prayers for them. Send them blessings. Ask that they have a wonderful journey. Ask that they have a wonderful trip. Recognize that you have an impact on the world around you through your judgment. And don't get me wrong, there's times I've said, wow, I'm judging and I don't want to stop. One of the hardest places when I had young children, I couldn't believe how difficult it was to be a PTA mom. Wow, that was like quite a lesson in judgment. And if we want to heal the world, we have to start healing our judgments. But you're not here to heal the world. If you want to heal your world, if you want to attract everything that feels good in your life, if you want to attract everything that you want, all of your judgment blocks against your light. Your light is never dimmed. It's not. It's just as strong and vibrant as the day you were born. It is the fear that you've placed in its way that gets bigger and bigger and makes your light more and more obscure. I used to think, when I was a young woman, I used to think that everything in my life would just be better if I could recover from my food addiction. And I spent so much time trying to do that. And in that recovery journey, I learned about the treacherousness of judgment. I learned about how judgment can hold us back. By the end of that journey, I really had healed my relationship with food, my relationship with my body. But unfortunately, I think that the relationship with judgment is going to be a lifelong healing process. I always joke around that when I stop judging, I won't be here anymore. And maybe all of us won't be here anymore. The Course in Miracles says that everything is a projection of our fear or an extension of our love. And if your life is not filled with fun people or happy people, it's not filled with supportive people, then recognize that the person that needs to change is not them, but you. Now, most of you who are listening to this are conscious creators and you're interested in creating a better life. So what does this have to do with you? The more that you can spread light by recognizing your judgments when you have them and saying to yourself, oh, I'm judging something or someone. That means I'm stopping myself from creating what I want. Oh, that means I'm putting a wall up in my manifestation efforts. That means that right now I'm attracting more of what I don't want than what I want. And you can say, well, what is it that I'm judging? What is it that I'm judging? And you could look at that other person and say to yourself, thank you for showing me what needs to heal in me. Now, it's not usually you're judging that person and it's about you. It means that there's something in you that needs to heal. And your job is to investigate, what the heck is it? If I wasn't thinking about what you're doing, what would I be thinking about instead? Why do I want to pick on you in my mind instead of looking at myself? Why is it more comfortable for me to judge you than to bring it back to me? What am I avoiding? What am I not looking at? What can I heal in myself? And even if you don't know that, what you could do with the other person is say, I forgive you and I release you. I ask that you're lifted in light. I ask that you're lifted in love. Manifesting is all about healing your connection to your light. And the more that we can remove the blocks that we placed in that light's way, the more we're attracting what we want. We manifest more and more of what we want when we stand in our light and let our lives shine. So if you are thinking that the world is very divisive right now and you don't like that, the greatest place that you could start is just by looking at everyone in your life and saying, no matter what, I'm going to choose to see the best in you. I'm going to choose to see that deep down inside of you, that there is someone that just is asking for love. Because A Course in Miracles says that the only thing that is real is love. Everything else is a plea for love. That's it. So some of those pleas look pretty treacherous. And that doesn't mean that you invite the Jeffrey Dahmers of the world into your house. It means that you recognize that there is a light within them that's just been so blocked. And that when you salute the light in another, you create an opportunity for that light to shine. It's like you create better weather in the world. You create weather that feels more comfortable. It's just like astrology. Just because you're a certain sign, or your moon's in a certain sign, or your Mars is in a certain sign, and you have certain transits, doesn't necessarily mean it could improve or make your life harmful. All it means is this is the influences around you. Are you going to act on them? If you want to create a really loving world, send love to everyone that you see. Every time you think about judgment, own it as something in me needs to heal, even if I don't know what it is, even if I cannot fathom what on God's green earth it could be. So that's my short little message for today. If I want to manifest a life I love, I've got to find peace in my life right now. This moment is the most important moment. There is no future. Am I judging someone else right now, or am I spreading light? Am I present in the moment and trying to be in joy, or am I judging another person? If you want to heal your connection to yourself, I have a wonderful program. It's called 7 Days to a New You. It's a boot camp for the mind. It's all about aligning your light, aligning your thinking with your inner power so that you can manifest a life that you love. So that's my 2 cents. Remember, life is super short. So please be kind, have fun, and love everything. Thanks for listening.